I was able to have this incredible career where for 20 years I worked so hard for a goal and finally got it over and over, year after year, failure after failure. Making an Olympic team is my whole personality, but it was my entire life's dedication. Pro rad at high school, his name's LeBron James. He's, you know what, I'm gonna get a picture with him. And he was on the phone. I was like, can I please get a picture? Of course. Oh, I was obsessed with him after that.
Welcome back to another episode of Barrier Breakers, where today I am lucky enough to be sitting down with an Olympic heptathlete, a USA gold medalist, and somebody who is unapologetically herself, Chari Hawkins. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So walk me through qualifying for the 2024 games. Like, what was that feeling finally like for you that you did it?
There's a lot of people, like, I can't speak for it, that are incredible at what their sport is. They knew they had the confidence they were going to make it. And for me, I had attempted to check that off the list and it had been scratched over and over. Right. So the last event is the 800. And I had been really struggling with the 800 that year. I don't know. I couldn't wrap my head around the race.
The 8 is a tough race.
I had messed up so many times in my life. I had messed up, putting myself into this category of I'm gonna throw it all away.
Like something's gonna happen.
I did everything.
Worst case scenario.
I did everything I was supposed to. Yep. Now this is the moment I'm gonna throw it all away.
Yeah. Been so close time and time again, and just like not. And now it's like I'm right here, and it's just one moment.
Yeah. When you're scared like this, when I was warming up for the next event, I was like, you're scared, but I was like, give yourself space to succeed. That was the moment that I wrapped my head around running an actual 800. You're not just running in practice, you do 200 repeats. And I think I was like, nope, you're running an 800. And I wrapped my head around it and got a 9-year personal best.
Holy.
Yeah. It wasn't just my journey. It was literally 20 years. And I was 33 when I made it. So when I say 20 years, I don't mean like I was 20 when I made it, and so it was 20 years from the time I was born. I mean like 20 years of track and field.
No, I love how you bring that up. Like, one, I do want to talk about dedicating 20 years of your life to chasing this Olympic dream, when I'm sure people were like, are we sure you really want to keep going with this? Are you sure?
The USA team is such a hard team to make.
Oh, for sure.
And for track and field, there's so many different track and field events. So I think a lot of people assume, oh yeah, track is probably like the easiest one to make. But what you don't realize is your event only gets 3 people. This event that I've been working so hard on, I am with some of the best athletes in the world that have decided to do the same sport as me.
Right.
The heptathlon is a scoring system, right? There's 7 different track and field events. It's the 100 hurdles, the high jump, the shot put, 200. That's day 1. And then you come back for day 2 and you do the long jump, the javelin, and the 800. All of those have a point total. So all of my friends and family, they understood that point total. She's going to score this in long jump and this person's probably going to score this in long jump. Right. How is she going to compare? So they've been doing that for years. It's hard looking at somebody who's going after what they're doing for so long and seeing that the math doesn't really add up.
What I've loved about from what I've heard from you is that you didn't let other people kind of steer you into a different direction than what you truly believed you could do.
Totally. Telling my parents that I was going to go pro, and they actually thought that I was getting scammed because I talked about a coach that I was going to go see, and they were like, I don't think that exists, Chari. But guess who was the one who packed up all my stuff? After they told me straight up, we don't want you to do this. They helped me pack up all my stuff. They drove me to California. They met my coach. They realized he was a real person, and they were like, wow, I can't believe you're so lucky that you figured this out.
It's so funny when you explain this, because I feel like I have the same relationship with my parents. Like, it's more of like when you don't, like, they don't have the experiences that we have. So it's like when we know, like, no, this will actually be good. And then it's like, but they're the first people who are always there to like support me, be there for me, help me when I need them. So it's like, I know they're doing it with their best intention of like just trying to protect us and want the best for us.
Would you agree that once you know that, you have 2 options always? When somebody tells you, I've had a coach literally tell me, I think it's time to hang it up. I know him.
Yeah.
And he meant well.
Right.
He really, really wanted me to get on with my life and not break my own heart. I'm going to take his note and keep it in the back of my mind, but at the same time, I really do believe I can believe for both of us. And that was the thing that kept me going over and over, year after year, failure after failure. You don't need to know, and I'm not mad at you for not knowing. I don't know what your potential is.
Right.
You only know.
You're at the games. Opening ceremony, I saw the photo with LeBron.
Oh yeah.
That was so cute. So you had met him when you were little.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Through
I was
your
11.
because you said your dad was basketball coach, and
Yep.
he was in, you know, you guys were very much associated in the basketball world.
I want to phrase that in a way because it sounds like, oh, my dad's associated in the basketball world, so I know LeBron James. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Give me the tea then.
So
Give me
what,
the tea.
so what happened is there's this big basketball tournament in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And so my dad, I'm from Idaho, and my dad is like, we're a tiny little Idaho team. We need like bigger, better players. So let's go to this insane basketball tournament that they host every year in Las Vegas. So we go every single year since I was little.
Okay.
One year my brother was in high school and he was like, there's a high school kid who I just like think he's amazing. He's gonna go pro right at high school. His name's LeBron James. He's like the #1 pick. Like he's incredible and he's gonna be at this tournament.
So you knew him before he was King James.
Yes,
is what you're telling me.
100%. And he was like, I want to get his signature. I want to get his autograph. I want to get a picture with him so bad. And then I saw him. My brother wasn't with me.
No. Your brother's probably so jealous. And you have the flick with him, like.
I know.
And your brother was probably like clenching his fist. Like,
oh, man, poor thing. I go and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to get a picture with him. So I go up to him and he was on the phone. I was like, excuse me, like, can I please get a picture? And like 17 years old. This is exactly what he said. Hold on just a second. Of course.
Oh.
Okay, stop. That's the cutest thing I've ever.
That's so sweet.
I know, he's
of course.
so sweet. So anyways, get a picture with him, and I was obsessed with him after that. I knew he was the flag bearer for our country, so I knew he was going to be there. And I had the photo locked and loaded.
You were like, it was prepped. It was your screensaver at this point. You were like, I'm
when
ready.
I saw him, it was already up on my photos.
Okay, done.
And so I was like, can we get a picture? I was like, can I show you something really quick? I already had it up. I showed him. He actually grabbed my phone from my hand.
No. Did you never wash your phone again?
And I was like, oh, I sleep by it. Next now. But no, he was like, oh my gosh. He's like, wow. He's like, that's amazing. He's like, wow, you took me back. And you know when you see a picture of yourself and you're like, I want to see more.
Yeah.
And you swipe and then you're like, oh, that's another person's
he was
phone.
just going into your,
Yeah.
your camera roll like, oh, let's see more pictures.
Actual like post blew up though. It's like funny because in my mind I thought the post was gonna blow up because it's like I'm on the same like level. Like, oh, I was just a fan and now and it was like, no, wow, LeBron James is so amazing. I was like, he is amazing. So
obviously want to talk about actually competing in the games. Obviously going into that, your second event with the high jumping, unfortunately no heighting, which is like, it's just such a brutal thing of like, you really only have like 3 chances to clear. And I know that's never even happened to you before where
the heptathlon is those 7 events. The second one is the high jump. It's actually my best event. It's the one I can do in my sleep. I was so emotionally prepared. I think I was also so confused because I felt so amazing. I wasn't nervous.
Right.
I was
like,
so like, I was just like grateful. Like every minute I was like, I can't believe I'm here. I was in like that play aspect that you get in sport where you're just having fun. Right. Everything I was doing was fun. A lot of times, you know, I was so stressed and I was so scared and I choked. I didn't feel any of those things, but what I did know is I was heartbroken at that moment. I felt like my body felt really numb because I was so sad. I think that everybody can relate to a moment where they find themselves on the ground just empty. You know, you feel like you want to give 100%, but you literally have 0. One of the things I always say is it doesn't always have to be giving your 100% of your 100% all the time. Like, I don't really believe in that because we don't always have 100% to give.
For sure.
Sometimes we're tired, sometimes we're run down, sometimes we're sad, sometimes life is happening.
Right.
And I always say, if you're willing to ask yourself what you have to offer and you're willing to give 100% of that, you'll actually be surprised on what you can do. You can control how you handle things. And I knew that I needed to go back out there and finish, but I needed to do it with the Olympic spirit because that's where you are. And the Olympics isn't always about getting gold. There's so many Olympians who don't get gold and they're still inspiring, you know? And this is your opportunity to show the Olympic spirit with your whole soul and ask yourself, if I'm willing to give myself, I have 1% to give. And if I give 100% of that 1%, what is that gonna look like? It actually looked pretty good. I did really well in the rest of the competition, which is shocking and awesome. Like looking back on it, being like, that's actually not bad.
Your story is not of someone who was just freak athletic and then just got there through that. Like you worked for 20 years, got there. It didn't end exactly how you wanted it to end, but you kept going. Still did an incredible job. It's just that one, that one thing that it just like it's life.
I, through my years and through a lot of work and through a lot of like repetition of reminding myself about this, that's the way we talk is the way we are. And the way we think is the way we are. And so it's a lot of that, of reminding myself. And I always say, isn't about how you finish. It is about how you show up. I don't care what place you take, as long as you can say, like, I gave everything. Do you know what was fun is the closing ceremonies was at the track. So all of the athletes got to come and experience my arena. And all of them were like, this is where you got to compete. Like, this place is unbelievable. 80,000 people. It's such an insane moment. And so, I mean, win-win, right? You win some, you lose some, same thing.
All right, so now I want to dive into this new adventure that you just took part in.
Oh, gosh.
Trainer Games.
Yes. Trainer Games is a company I fit. It's just dangerous things all the time. And I thought it was going to be like being an iFit trainer. I thought that we were going to be on camera and I was going to be like, let's go adventure together. And like, here we go. And like iFit trainer vibes. And then they were like, here's a blindfold. Go rappel down this mountain. And I was like, what was that? We had to rappel down a 100-foot mountain. We're still blindfolded. Get unhooked from that. Then we had to, blindfolded, go to the edge of a cliff and grab onto a thing, and that was way too thick. Full grip strength testing. It's not like it's like a solid, like small thing. It was like way too thick.
Right.
All we know, we can't see anything. So all we know is don't drop early. I got told, because I overheard somebody say that it was a 6-foot drop. And so I was like, hey, 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. So I was like, I think the reason why I keep hearing, oh, like when people are like hitting the water, people are like, oh, ooh, like
so
all
you were
that.
Hearing other
only
people like dropping, and as you're still clinging on for dear life.
Yes. So I'm in my head. I think what's happening is they're going so fast that when they land, they let go and then they splash their face onto the water. Like that's what in my head I'm imagining. But I'm a long jumper, so I thought, just land like you would land in long jump. Shoot your legs out. Well, it actually worked out in the long run because it was a 20-foot drop.
Holy. Like wherever.
Think about how far that is.
No, and this is a lot of impact.
Yeah, and we're wearing helmets and we're like wearing all that, but it's like still. I let go and it ended up perfect. Like I shot my legs out and then like slowly just kind of penciled right, and it was literally couldn't have been better. Accidental. But couldn't have been better. Like I hit water. Oh my goodness. But
that's still blindfolded in the water.
That's the show. Like it is so fun though, and it was such an adventure.
Any other fun behind the scenes moments from Trainer Games, or what was it like filming it?
I think the biggest thing with it is there's 10 competitors and we just like all love each other so much. It's a really hard show to have a villain because every single person's there to just encourage people to be fit and encourage people to live their best lives. And they are also passionate about fitness and mental health and physical health. And that's the people that are in it. So everybody's like, come on. And so I feel like naturally in a show, you want to find a villain and you want to find a hero and you want to, but really like there's a moment where it's me and 2 boys. The only person safe is the person who wins. So it's a sled push and it's a sprint. It was like essentially like a 200-meter sprint there and back. If I know anything, it's speed and it's power and it's sled pushes. When I push, like I look over at the boys and I noticed that they grabbed the sleds really high, which makes sense. That's like where you would naturally grab, but I know sleds. Like I know how they work, and we were pushing them through water. And so I knew I had to push it from the bottom to kind of make a boat, make the thing go by a boat. And I remember being like, they're gonna sink, like really,
like pretty
right
immediately,
away. Like right away.
Pretty immediately.
They're not even gonna be able to get their sleds off the water. They said on Marquez ago, and there's this shot that's super cool.
No, Chari was
of me just taking off like a boat, and both of them just sinking.
You guys gotta watch it.
That was a fun one.
All right, so now we're gonna jump into our rapid fire Q&A.
Okay.
First one, what's your favorite Broadway show of all time?
This is really hard because Wicked is the first show I saw on Broadway in New York City when I was 13. I've never seen Rent in person on Broadway, but I've seen the movie, seen it 4 times in a row.
All right, next one, which heptathlon event feels the most to you?
I think the hurdle's really loud. It's like the one that in your face.
What song are you playing when you you need an instant mood boost?
Okay, so I thought about this a lot. I would say anything that is Selena Gomez.
Oh,
Everything from her old discography is such a bop, but her new stuff is so good. Actually, her new album was my entire playlist for when I trained for the London Marathon.
Shout out Selena. What is a talent you wish you had outside of sports?
I wish I was a linguist.
Next one, who's an athlete you still get starstruck around?
LeBron James. Honestly, didn't think that I would get super starstruck. Every single time, like I swear I go through that moment. I didn't think I was gonna get starstruck, but I totally did.
What's your ideal way to spend a day off?
Training for 9 hours a day the day before that, you couldn't get me to go on a walk. On those days, I do have to go to like physical therapy, which you do get, like, you know, you got to do like the little bits and bobs and stretch and get body work done and everything, but just relaxing is so nice.
What is your go-to comfort food?
So my favorite food is Thanksgiving dinner. I love variety in everything I do, but if we're talking about like a super solid comfort food meal, Kate, how good is like a really good gourmet bowl of ramen?
What's one word your friends use to describe you?
So I actually texted my friends, what's one word you would describe me? There was like honest, but they meant like in the world of like, you're honestly you.
What's a small moment or memory that always makes you smile?
I'm gonna say my wedding day. Yeah.
And last one, what's a fun or quirky goal you've set for yourself this year?
I want to learn Spanish.
There we go. Back to the linguist.
I really think that the only way I'm going to do it is if I get a tutor and go get classes. I flake on myself all the time. I will never flake on others. So it's good to know that about yourself, self-awareness. So we set ourselves up for success. So
it was so fun getting to sit down with Chari Hawkins today. For more content like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Only on Whistle.
Have you ever seen The Office?
Have I ever seen The Office? I love
Have you
The Office.
ever seen Michael Scott when he's like, my dream is to have 1,000 kids so that I can have 1,000 friends and no one can say no to me, my friend. That's me. That is me personified.